Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Paul Pogba is close to reaching an agreement to join PSG. PSG are close to agreeing personal terms with Paul Pogba. According to Tuto Mercato Web, Man United are set to receive €60 million from PSG for Paul Pogba. PSG have not yet made formal contact with Man United over Paul Pogba. Now, Foot Mercato said the other week that Paul Pogba wants to join PSG this summer. And he said that Man United could demand 4 players as part of the Paul Pogba swap deal with PSG. PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. Kimpembe said during the Euros that Pogba would be welcome to PSG. But he said the other week that PSG had stepped up their chase. Julian Lawns came out and said that PSG are considering making a move. Fabrizio Romano did mention that PSG are interested in signing Paul Pogba. Before Mini Oriola's held talks with PSG's president. If we are to let Pogba go in this summer transfer window, we need to get a good, adequate replacement for him. A new contract for Paul Pogba at Manchester United could see him stay at the club for the rest of his career. Paul Pogba decides to allow his contract to run down, then he'll make a decision on his future next summer. Pogba's current contract does expire next year because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. Sky Sports News said at one point that Man United were in ongoing talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. And he said we wanted to make Pogba the Premier League's highest paid player with a new 5-year contract worth $104 million. Ollie said he's hopeful that Paul Pogba will stay and sign a new contract. He said at one point we fear losing Pogba on a free transfer. Pogba produced his best performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. He does bring creativity to the team. At one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while. Pogba's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. and he's won 3 trophies at the club so far. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. Mino Raiola, who's Paul Pogba's agent, he's been desperate to get Paul Pogba out of the football club. Did a lot of talking last season. Don't forget, back in December last year, he made an announcement regarding Paul Pogba, saying that Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave, and he said he had no intentions of extending his contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. But Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. He hadn't only been linked with PSG. It recently said that Barcelona are working tirelessly on a swap deal for Paul Pogba. He says they're willing to offer us Griezmann and Samuel Umtiti as part of the deal for Pogba. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked to him. His former club Juventus have been in for him, and Inter Milan have been linked with him before. Now, I want to delve into some more news on Raphael Varane. So, according to J. Felix Diaz, Man United will have to offer more money for Varane or the deal will not happen. Raphael Varane's departure from Real Madrid is imminent. And Raphael Varane has told Florentino Perez that he wants to leave Real Madrid. An agreement between Manchester United and Real Madrid for Varane is just hours away. He said that Man United are preparing a €50 million bid for Varane. But Varane has told Real Madrid that he wants to join Manchester United this summer. Varane has agreed the personal terms with Man United and is set to sign a 5-year contract that will keep him at the club until 2026. So it's looking very imminent that Varane is going to be our third signing of this summer transfer window. Varane returned to Real Madrid training yesterday. I think he's now back off his holiday. Sky Sports did say the other week that we'd been given permission to approach Varane over the personal terms. And it said we received a massive boost in our pursuit of Raphael Varane. It says Real Madrid's wages are forced to be slashed by 150 million. Not so long ago, Raphael Varane and his family were allegedly house hunting in Manchester, so reflecting on that fueled speculation. It said not so long ago that Varane's move to Man United could have been delayed because it said Varane would have been happy to wait another year for a switch to Man United. Fabrizio Romano said recently that Raphael Varane's confirmed to Man United that he's ready to accept our contract bid. A few weeks ago now, Varane had given his word to Man United that he wanted to join. A swap deal was discussed. It says we was willing to offer Donny van de Beek or Paul Pogba as part of the Varane deal. Real Madrid lost Sergio Ramos. He joined PSG on a free transfer. But yeah, Varane will be a great signing for us, you know, because he's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. Some people reckon though he's not as good as John Stones. He'll fit in our team perfectly. He'll exceed expectations in the Premier League. What a centre-back partnership that will be, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well in our back line. Went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Varane, long-serving player at Real Madrid, been with them a good 10 years or so, made 360 appearances in all competitions, won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid, so reflecting on that, he's got a good pedigree as a player. Real Madrid got Varane from Lens back in 2011. Varane's current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. I'm expecting us to make like 2 more signings after Raphael Varane. You know the news on Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Spanish outlet AS did recently say that Atletico Madrid won't sell Kieran Trippier to Manchester United. Neil Custis from The Sun said not so long ago that Man United were close to signing Kieran Trippier for around £18 million. Atletico Madrid were demanding £26 million. Kieran Trippier has been in talks over buying Raheem Sterling's £3 million mansion. We've already had 2 offers rejected for Trippier. We went in for him back in the January transfer window, but we cooled our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. It'd be beneficial if we could recommend Trippier in because, you know, he's a right back and he'd provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is the only recognised senior right back at Man United at the moment. He's highly experienced, is Trippier as well, and he's also Premier League proven, so that's beneficial. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for Kieran Trippier from Tottenham back in 2019. His current contract at Atletico Madrid expires next year. He won his first La Liga title with Atletico Madrid last season. You know, I think Man United have got a chance of signing Saul Niguez as well from Atletico Madrid. So far, Man United have made 2 signings in this summer transfer window. Obviously, we brought Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Tom Heaton recently did well on his debut for the club in that pre-season friendly against Derby. Heaton made 2 or 3 excellent saves. And also brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. Yesterday, Jana Fortoft, if I've pronounced that correctly, said Jadon Sancho announcement is just around the corner. Fabrizio Romano said the other day that the paperwork has been sorted between Man United and Borussia Dortmund for Jadon Sancho, and last week Sancho completed his medical with Man United. And obviously we're on the verge of signing Raphael Varane. Solskjaer has made it clear that he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. But I said I'm expecting Man United to enjoy a very good summer transfer window, because I am convinced that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. And it's about time he got the backing he deserves. Because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. But our board did say, didn't it, that they'd back Solskjaer with summer signings plus a new 3-year contract. And before the summer transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. Man United are obviously going to offload players in this summer transfer window. We need to do, because there's still deadwood at the club, and whoever we sell, we will generate money. There's a very, very good chance that we're going to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. Williams is our 3rd choice left back, so he seldom plays for us. Last time I read up, it said Brandon Williams was close to joining Southampton on loan, but it says Southampton could now pull out of the race. Alex Telles, he's been subjected to transfer speculation. It recently said Inter Milan want him on loan. Sky in Italy said, was it last week, that Roma were in talks to sign Alex Telles as a replacement for the injured Leonardo Spinazzola. Alex Telles has only enjoyed 1 season at Man United, but he's hardly played. When we got him last year, I expected him to be our 1st choice left back immediately. We got Telles for 15.4 million from Porto. He's under contract with Man United until 2024. Phil Jones, I'm expecting us to offload him in this summer transfer window. Jones has always been inconsistent, plus he doesn't get in our 11, and he was out with injury for a while last season. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era, but he's been a long-serving player at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club. Man United have agreed to let Axel Tuanzebe go. It's the right decision because obviously he'll gain Tuanzebe more experience and he'll get the opportunities he's demanding. He seldom plays for us. Diego Dalot, I think he's going to be leaving. He was out on loan with AC Milan. Andres Pereira, I think he's going to be leaving. He was out on loan with Lazio. Pogba could still leave, but I think he's going to stay at Man United for next season. Well, I hope he does anyway. Donny van der Beek, good chance we're going to offload him. It recently said Barcelona have 4 players that Man United could accept for Donny van der Beek. It did actually say that Van der Beek wanted to make a move to Barcelona to end his Man United misery. Donny van der Beek has only endured 1 full season at Man United, but quite clearly he's unhappy. Van der Beek's made 36 appearances in all competitions. Most of them appearances came from the bench. I recall Van der Beek starting just 4 games in the league last season. And before the Euros, he said Van der Beek was set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. And he did get ruled out of the Euros through injury. I think we wasted money on Van der Beek. We got him for £40 million from Ajax last year. He's under contract on Man United till 2025, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. I initially thought Martial, Matic and De Gea were going to be leaving, but it looks like now that trio are going to be staying. Like I've said in regards to Solskjaer, I don't think he's the long-term manager for Manchester United. But I think he does deserve more time. He deserves at least 1 more season. Next season is going to be massive for Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Next season, Solskjaer's decision making has got to improve, because in a lot of his games so far he's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. Next season as well, Solskjaer needs to win a trophy, because if he wins a trophy, that will be an achievement. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years or so ago now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season, because he's endured 2 full seasons at the moment. And it's very imperative that we start off next season strongly, because if we don't, then I presume Solskjaer will be under pressure. Solskjaer's ambition for next season is to win the Premier League. These United fans that are sceptical that we're going to win a title under Ole, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is a good 8 years or so ago now. But there's United fans that are Ole in, there's United fans that are Ole out. He's been in charge of Manchester United for around 31 months now, which is over 2 years. We know Ole hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. I'm surprised he's still Manchester United manager, because we've endured bad periods under him where he's close to being sacked. And obviously we lost the Europa League final to Villarreal last season. But I think with Solskjaer being a club legend, like I've said before, that's what's basically saved his job. Ole endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. So whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him. I've criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. I've had my reasons to criticise him, but despite that, I think Ole is our best manager since Ferguson, because in certain aspects he's brought consistency back. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, being permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. I've got to give Ole credit though in quite a lot of aspects. You know, he's more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. Solskjaer has made good signings as Manchester United manager. Must have brought a good 15-16 players in now. He's spent over £300 million. You know, Solskjaer's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. He knew he had to do that. Ole did well in his first full season, did well in a lot of aspects in his second full season. Ole knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin, and he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. And in general, I think he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager, he was inheriting a lot of deadwood. So I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. So in that aspect, I am shocked. But you know, when we have been inconsistent, not all the blame has stemmed from Ole. Obviously, like certain players have had to take responsibility because there's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. And I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. You know, Woodward, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a while. We know that Woodward is leaving Manchester United. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. The Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time because the Glazers have put us in so much debt. And a lot of United fans have been demanding the Glazers out. There was a lot of United fans protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. Solskjaer did reveal towards the end of last season that the Glazers apologised because there was planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. He did say that the Glazers could be forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. But they've been at the football club now for a good 16 years or so. They bought the club for £500 million back in 2005. So there you go. Ole is our fourth permanent manager since Ferguson, because obviously since Ferguson we sacked David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers. If we do eventually decide to sack Solskjaer, I don't think it will really solve much. But if we do decide to sack him eventually, you know, we need to get someone in with a proven pedigree and someone who's going to suit the strappings of the club. You know, no one's going to replicate what Alex Ferguson did at Manchester United, not in my lifetime anyway. You know, Ferguson endured a 26-year tenure at Man United, or was it 27? Won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles, so reflecting on that, he brought success to the club. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United, so that just indicates that it takes certain managers time to settle in. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.